In today's lesson, lesson 4.11 of the second grade Go Math textbook, we are on page 213 of your Go Math textbook. And our topic today is find sums for three addends. So basically, we're adding three numbers today. And so what are some ways to add three numbers? Okay, I'm going to read you a problem and I want you to draw to show each of your problems. Okay, and I want you to show me what you did. Okay, so pause the video after each question. Mr. Kim bought 5 blue balloons, 4 red balloons, and 5 yellow balloons. How many balloons did Mr. Kim buy? Okay, so go ahead and pause the video, draw a picture to solve your problem, and then restart the video and check your answer. All right. So we know that we have 5 plus 4 plus 5. All right. So there's a couple ways we could solve this problem. We can make a 10 by adding the 5s. 5 plus 5 is 10. And then 10 plus 14. Again, so one way we get solve the problem is make a 10 out of two of the addends. 5 and 5 is 10. And then we add the third digit to the 10. 10 plus 4 is 14. Okay, some of you might have done this. 5 and 4, just add top and bottom. 5 and 4 is 9. And 9 plus 5 is 14. Okay, some of you might have actually drawn a picture. Okay, so we had 5 plus 4 plus 5. And we could just count the singles, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Okay, all right, so how about this problem? Again, after I finish reading the problem, I want you to pause the video and solve you the problem in any way that you want. And then restart the video and check your work. So Mary Beth has 3 green shirts, 6 blue shirts, and 2 yellow shirts. How many shirts does Mary Beth have? Let me repeat the numbers. She has 3 green shirts, 6 blue shirts, and 2 yellow shirts. How many shirts does Mary Beth have? Okay, pause the video, draw a picture to show the sum of the problem, and then restart and check your answer. Okay, so again, we know that she has 3 plus 6 plus 2. Okay, so what could we do here? Well, we could combine the 3 and the 2. We can't make a 10 out of this. 3 and 2 is 5. And 5 plus 6. Well, remember, 6 is the same as saying 5 plus 1. So 5 plus 5 is 10, plus 1 more is 11. Okay, so that's one possibility. Somebody else might have done just adding the first two. And 3 plus 6 is 9. And 9 plus 2 is 11. Maybe somebody added the last two together first. If we did that, 6 plus 2 is 8. And 8 plus 3 is 11. So the point here is it doesn't matter in which order we add our addends. We're still going to get the same sum. And then somebody might have actually just drawn a picture and had 3 ones plus 6 plus 2. And then you just added them. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Okay. All right, so those are all some different possibilities for finding the sum for 3 addends. Okay, now let's look at page 214. So there are different ways to add 3 numbers, and we've talked about that already, right? So what about when we have 2-digit numbers? How can we add 23, 41, and 17? A little more challenging than single-digit numbers, right? So let's think of some different ways to choose digits in the ones column to add first. So let's look at 23 plus 41 plus 17. And you notice that the 3 and the 7 are circled. Well, we can make a 10 first and then add the other ones digit to it. Then we can go back and add the tens. So here, 3 plus 7 would give me 10, right? 3 plus 7, 10. And then we'd have to add 1. 10 plus 1 is 11. Well, we know 11 consists of 1 10 and 1 1. So we have to regroup 10 of the ones for a 10. Now let's add the tens. Again, it doesn't matter which order we do it. We could go 1 and 1, that's 2. 2 and 2 is 4. And 4 and 4 is 8. So 81. Well, could we have added 3 and 1 first? Sure. Again, it doesn't matter which two addends we add first. So 3 and 1 is 4. And then we'd have to add 7. But we still get 11 ones. So we're going to regroup the 11 ones as 1, 10, and 1, 1, and then add the tens. Okay, this time I'm going to go 4 plus 2 is 6, plus 1 is 7, plus 1 is 8. Okay. Could you have added 7 and 1 first and then added 3? Yeah. Okay. All right. 33 plus 34 plus 32. Okay, well, I think I'm going to add the 3 and the 2 first. 3 plus 2 is 5, and 5 plus 4 is 9. Okay, so 9 ones. We don't have to regroup 9 ones. Now let's just add the tens, I'm sorry. 3 and 3 is 6. 6 and 3 more is 9. Okay, then we don't have to regroup. All right, let's look at number 2. 47 plus 21 plus 7. I want you to note that the 7, which means just 7 ones, is in the ones place. It's not underneath the tens. Okay, there aren't any tens in the number 7. All right, so let's see. I think I'm going to add the doubles. 7 and 7 is 14. Now add the 1. 15. 15 ones can be regrouped as 1 10 and 5 ones. Well, 4 and 1 is 5, plus 2 more is 7. So 7 tens is 70, plus the 5 ones, 75. Okay, number 3. Do you see that we can make a 10 out of those 3 addends? 5 plus 5 is 10. And 10 plus 3 is 13. Regroup that as 110 and 3 ones. Okay, now you might be wondering, do I have to show this? No, I'm showing you what I'm doing in my head, basically. Okay, I'm saying to myself, let's add the 5s together to get 10, and now I'm going to add 3. Gives me 13. I'm going to regroup that as 110 and 3 ones. Okay, 6 plus 1 is 7, plus 1 is 8 tens, plus another 10 is 9 tens. So 93. Okay, number 4. Again, looking at those numbers, I see a 10 that I can make. So I would take the 8 and I'd add the 2. And 8 plus 2 is 10. And 10 plus 7 is 17. Regroup that, add 110 and 7 ones, and now add the tens. Well, 2 and 2 is 4, plus 1 more 10 is 5, plus 5 more tens is 10 tens. I would regroup that as 100 and 0 tens. 10 tens equals 100. Number 5. Okay. In this one, I'm going to add the 6 and the 2 first. And 6 and 2 is 8. And 8 plus 2 is 10. Could you have added the 2's first? Yeah. And got 4 plus 6. Okay. 8 plus 2 is 10. I'm going to regroup that as 110 and 0 ones. Now add the tens. 3 plus 2 is 5. Plus 110 is 6 tens. Plus the regroup 10, 7 tens. Okay, number 6. Well, there's 0 ones here, so I'm just going to add the 2 and the 6 ones. Gives me 8 ones. Nothing to regroup. Now I add the tens. 4 and 1 is 5 tens, plus 3 more tens, 8 tens. Add the ones. 6. Here, I'm going to go ahead and add the ones together. 1 plus 1 equals 2, and 2 plus 6 is 8. So 8 ones. Some of you might have went 6 plus 1 is 7, 7 plus 1 is 8. That's fine. Okay. Tens, 3 plus 2 is 5, plus 1 more is 6. Number 8. 9 plus 8. 9 is basically 8 plus 1, right? So 8 and 8 is 16, plus 1 more is 17. 17 ones will be regrouped as 110 and 7 ones. Okay. 3 and 1 is 4. 4 and 4 is 8. 8 and 2 is 10. So I'm going to regroup those 10 tens as 100 and 0 tens. Okay. Let's go to page 215. 22 plus 27 plus 18. Okay, I see that I can make a 10 by counting the 2 ones and the 8 ones. So 2 plus 8 gives me 10 ones, and 10 plus 7 is 17. Regroup that as ones as 7 and 1 10. So 1 10 and 7 ones in the number 17. Add the tens. 2 and 2 is 4, 5, 6 tens. So 67. Number 10, I see that I can make a 10 by adding 1 plus 9. And 10 plus 6 is 16. We're going to regroup that as 110 and 6 ones. Add the tens. 3 and 2 is 5, 6, 7. 7 tens is 70. Add the ones. I think I'm just going to do 4 and 1. Somebody else might have done 3 plus 1 first and had doubles. Okay. 4 and 1 is 5. 5 plus 3 is 8. Okay, we don't have to regroup, right? We only regroup when it's 10 or more. Add the tens. I'm going to start with the largest add in 5. I'm going to add 2. That's 7 tens. Plus 1 more 10 is 8 tens. So 88. Okay, number 12. I don't know. Let's see. I'm going to go ahead and go 4 and 3 this time. That gives me 7. And 7 plus 3 is 10. Regroup that as 110 and 0 ones. Add the tens. 3 and 1 is 4. 4 and 4 is 8 tenths. 13. Okay, we have a 0, so let's just add the 2 and the 7. 7 plus 2 is 9. No need to regroup. Add the tens. 4 and 3 is 7. Plus 1 more is 8. Okay, here's kind of something interesting, right? Doesn't matter, right? If I'm going to combine two fives, right? No matter what. So 5 plus 5 is 10. And 10 plus 5 is 15. Regroup that as 110 and 5 ones. Okay, 2 and 2 is 4. Plus 2 is 6. Plus the regroup 10, 7 tens. Okay, number 15. Okay, I can't make a 10, but I see that if I add 5 and 4, that makes 9, and so I would have doubles. So I'm going to add 5 and 4 to get 9, and 9 plus 9 is a double, which is 18. Regroup 18 as 110 and 8 ones. Okay, add the tens. I'm going to start with the largest add-in, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 tens can be regrouped as 100 and 0 tens. That froze on me for some reason there. Okay, again, what I was trying to say is that 6 and 2 is 8, and add 2 ones is 10. 10 tens can be regrouped as 100 and 0 tens. All right, number 16. I see that we can make a 10 if we add the 4 ones and the 6 ones. So 4 and 6 is 10. And 10 plus 3 is 13. 13 I can regroup as 110 and 3 ones. Now I add the tens. 7, 8, 9. 9 tens. 17. Okay, I can't make a 10 out of any combination of those. So I'm just going to go ahead and go 5 plus 4, which is 9. And 9 plus 8 is 17. Okay, regroup 17 as 110 and 7 ones. And now add the tens. 5 and 3 is 8. Plus 2 more is 10. Plus 1 more is 11 tens. 11 tens can be regrouped as 100 and 110. Number 18. We can make a 10 out of 2 and 8, right? Ten plus 8 is 18. Regroup that as 110 and 8 ones. I'm going to start with the largest add-in the tens. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 7 tens. 19. I'm going to go ahead and add the 2's first. 2 and 2 is 4. 4 plus 1, 5. So no need to regroup the 1's. Add the 10's. 4 plus 3 is 7. Plus 1 more 10 is 8. And finally, number 20. Since we have a 0 here, we're just going to add 8 and 7. And 8 plus 7 is 15. Regroup that as 110 and 5 1's. Start with the largest add-in, 7. 7 and 1 is 8. 8 and 1 is 9. 9 and 1 is 10. 10 tens gets regrouped as 100 and 0 tens. 21. Sophia had 44 marbles. She bought 24 more. Then John gave her 35 marbles. How many marbles does Sophia have now? Okay, so the question is, how many marbles does Sophia have now? Well, we know that she had 44. She bought 24 more, and then John gave her 35. So go ahead and start with adding the ones after you set up the problem vertically. So 44 plus 24 plus 35. Okay, I don't see a way of making a 10 out of any of those three numbers. I think I'll go ahead and add the 5 and the 4. So 4 plus 5 gives me 9, and 9 plus 4 is 13. Regroup 13 has 1 10 and 3 1's. And now add the 10's. We're going to start with 4 10's, plus 3 is 7 10's, plus 2 10's is 9 10's, plus the regroup 10 is 10 10's, which can be regrouped as 100 and 0 10's. So she now has 103 marbles. Page 216. Solve, write, or draw to explain. Mrs. Shaw has 23 red notebooks, 15 blue notebooks, and 27 green notebooks. How many notebooks does she have? Okay, this is very similar to the last question, right? So we know that she has 23 red, 15 blue, and 27 green. Okay, start with the ones. Can you make a 10? Yeah, we can if we add the 7 and the 3, right? So 3 plus 7 is 10, and 10 plus 5 is 15. So we have 15 ones. We're going to regroup that as 1 10 and 5 ones. Okay, add the 10s. 2 and 2 is 4, plus 1 is 5, plus 1 is 6, 6 tens. So 65 notebooks. Okay, number 23. Write a story problem that could be solved using this number sentence. 12 plus 28 plus something gives us 53. Well, isn't that basically the same thing as this, except like this last number is missing? So couldn't you say something like Mrs. Shaw has 23 red books, 15 blue books, and some number of green notebooks? She has 65 notebooks altogether. How many green notebooks does she have? Okay, so that's the basic idea. So let's see. Um, Now I'm going to do balloons. Okay, and Mr. Williams bought 12 yellow balloons, 28 blue balloons, I'm going to go ahead and write the word and there, and 28 blue balloons. The rest were green balloons. He bought a total of 53 balloons. So the question is, how many green balloons did he buy? Okay. So again, Mr. Williams bought 12 yellow balloons and 28 blue balloons. The rest were green balloons. He bought a total of 53 balloons. How many green balloons did he buy? Okay. Okay. Try to come up with your own word problem. And finally, number 24. Mr. Sampson gave his students 31 yellow pencils, 27 red pencils, and 25 blue pencils. How many pencils did he give to his students? So that's what I have to find out, right? So I need to know these three different colors. 31 plus 27 plus 25. Start by adding the ones. I'm going to go ahead and go 5 plus 1. That gives me 6. And 6 plus 7. Well, 7 again is the same as 6 plus 1. 6 and 6 is 12, plus 1 more is 13. So 13 ones we're going to regroup as 1 10 and 3 ones. I'm going to start with the largest 10, 3, plus 2 is 5, plus 2 is 7, plus the regroup 10 is 8 tens. So he gave his students 83 pencils. Okay, so that's it for how to add find sums for three addends. Okay. So until our next lesson, I will see you soon.